Today we're going to be going over Mr. Fantastic's kit and how to exactly use him in game. There'll be a lot of people that are insta-locking him, and make sure you're not ruining other people's experience, especially if you're hopping into a rank you've never even used him before. So let's go over his kit. So first off, for Mr. Fantastic's main attack, he does he stretches out his arms. He looks like Luffy from One Piece, and he just smacks you around a little bit. Now, as you do that, you can see that there is a bar on your screen that fills up underneath. This is your elastic meter, basically, and when it gets to a certain percentage, you become a tank. And let me show you what that looks like real quick. So once it fills to 100, you can see you wind up looking like the thing from Fantastic 4 and become this tank form with a huge amount of health. And there's a little meter on the right. As the meter goes down and it disappears, your additional health winds up disappearing. Now, other ways that you can fill this meter up is by using some of your other abilities. The goal would be to get that meter back up to 100 as much as possible and fight in that state, because that's what's really going to allow you to make a difference in your fights and making Mr. Fantastic more of a mix between like a DPS character and a Vanguard. So with Mr. Fantastic's E ability, he can shield teammates, giving them a little bit of health, and then he gets a little bit of health bonus. And you see there, it gave me 30 on the elastic meter, which is pretty cool. I can also do the same thing to enemies where I can grab them, do a little bit of damage, get some shield, and then get some work in. That's pretty good, especially when you're when someone's trying to escape and you can close the gap there and get a quick kill and be on the way out. But if you combine that with continuously shielding your teammates, you can get in and out of this tank mode pretty quickly and enjoy the benefits of all the additional health. So Mr. Fantastic's right click ability can do two different things. So I can reach out, I can grab, I can press left click, and I can bring an enemy in closer. So if someone overextended, I can pull them in closer to the team, and we can really make something out of that moment. Or I can right click, look at somebody on the side, left click, and then throw them together, which is pretty cool. I think more than likely a lot of the time you'll probably be pulling in somebody versus knocking two people together, but every game is different, so you'll have to figure out what makes the most sense for yourself. Shift ability, he becomes like this giant tank that just like stands up and absorbs damage and then propels it back at you. Now you can use that to absorb Iron Man ults, Magneto ults, there's so many different things that can happen that he can wind up sending back at people. So it's a really cool ability. A lot of people will say that's probably his best ability that makes him really useful. Now for Mr. Fantastic's ult, basically he goes Mr. Fantastic and he jumps up and down. Now, two things to know about this ult is that one, if you miss an attack, it just stops, as you saw there. He'll do it up to 6 times. The other thing to know is that you can die while in that state still. For his team up ability with Invisible Woman, what's really cool, she gives him a new ability where when I press C here, you'll see I'm not even at full health. I get a shield on top of my regular health. And what's cool is when I'm not at full health, it just gives me additional health right off the spot. This is pretty good for using in the middle of a fight and you don't have a healer near you. You can use it to last a little bit longer and get out of a fight in situations where you have to hold the point until your teammates arrive. That additional health does make it a little bit more chunkier, which is just really cool. Follow for more tips like this in the future.